Hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you first-person replay commentary, and today I'm going to be doing a video of Clockwork. Clockwork is a very strong hero in the metagame right now. He's arguably one of the top 3 offlane heroes, and not arguably, but he really is. He's by far the most popular, and a lot of pros are saying that he's one of the strongest offlane heroes at the moment. He's actually been really strong in the metagame for the last couple of months, but he's kind of weaved in and out, kind of just depending. The new patch has allowed him to be strong again because it's fairly easy to get experience, so he doesn't have too much trouble getting into 6, and once you hit 6, he's one of the best gankers in the game. He hasn't always played in the offlane though, and in this game, I play mid. So there's actually a lot of teams that are playing him mid sometimes, most namely Team Liquid plays him mid quite a bit, and occasionally we'll see, I think Speed Gaming played Clockwork mid a couple times at the last MLG, but he's actually very strong mid as well. It's kind of the same situation. Depending on the hero matchup, he's actually very strong, and this is because some heroes don't have escape, and they're fairly squishy in a 1v1 setting, so Clockwork does give you a lot of kill potential, and then if you can snowball a bit, he ends up being extremely strong and a huge threat towards your opponents. So that's what I'm going to try to demonstrate and talk about this game. And I'm going to talk a lot about decision making as well, because Clock is huge on decision making. It is absolutely huge to know decision making with the hero. The mechanical skill on him is not that hard. He's not that difficult to play. But once you get down the basics, then it just comes down to decision making, and that's what's really going to make you the strongest Dota player. So Clockwork, his skill set. I know I made a Clockwork video recently, like a month ago, but I figured I had a pretty good Clock game here, so I figured I could talk about a lot of good stuff that you guys might be interested in. So I guess I'll go over the skills and the items and all the good stuff once again. It is almost December. I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving, especially if you're in the US, in which case you probably did have Thanksgiving. We just kind of had a little bit of a dinner thing here. Merlini made salmon, and I made some, what is it called, sweet potato stuff. I made this like sweet potato dish, and then I later baked sweet potatoes, and I ate so much food. It was great. It wasn't as good as like a Thanksgiving would have been if I was at home, but it was still quite good. And other than that, that's about it. Played a bunch of Dota today. This is one of the games. Had a bunch of losses, so maybe I'll make a let's look at loss video again. I think I probably should, because I had a bunch of close losses in the last day. So anyways, Clockwork mid. I started this game with 3 Ironwood branches and a Tango. I'm a little unsure if this was the right build. I was anticipating being up against either a Mirana or a Death Prophet on the mid lane. Ooh, sorry. The item build that I maybe should have gone instead is a Stout Shield, and the reason is because I'm going to take a lot of right clicks, and Clockwork's base armor is actually very low, despite him, you know, wearing an entire set of armor as a hero, so whatever. That aside, Stout Shield is actually really nice, and your base damage and your attack animation are actually really good on Clockwork, so if you do get a Stout Shield and you have a way to reduce the amount of harass that you're taking, you should be able to trade pretty evenly in terms of last hits. So we can talk about that more as the game progresses, but 3 Ironwood branches with a Tango. We got a bottle on the way. I feel like that's so loud. I don't know. It still sounds very loud to me personally. But anyways, on the mid lane, creep blocking is of course always extremely important. If you creep block well, it puts your creeps in a position where it's harder to harass you, and it's safer for you to get last hits. Especially in a melee versus ranged matchup. The matchup that I was in this game is going to be Clockwork versus Death Prophet, which is pretty good for me. Death Prophet has better lane push and better harass, but I have better solo kill power, by far. It's very unlikely that a Death Prophet will kill me, whereas there is a chance that I could kill the Death Prophet. So he has to be pretty careful about this. So I start off the lane really well, going for the first deny, and I also get a last hit. I kind of want to scare him into thinking that I'm going to pressure occasionally, which is why I sometimes run forward. And whenever all the creeps get low like this, it's very likely that he's going to do a Crypt Swarm like that. So at this point in feeling him out, I felt like he wasn't that strong of a player, so I went for the one hit on the range creep, and he proved me wrong. So he was actually paying attention, and he was able to get the last hit. Luckily for me, he did miss this last little harass here, but I'm going to start my Tango usage now. So mistakes that I made, I probably shouldn't have gone that hard in on that range creep because he ended up denying me and then getting like 3 hits in, and now I'm at such a low HP area that it's tough for me to actually continue to get last hits. I maybe should have gone for a salve instead of a bottle, and also missed a rocket flare there. My mistake being that rocket does 80 damage. Nobody's right click does 80 this early, so I should have rocketed before he was able to before that creep hit the last time. So that hurt me a little bit there. Usually you will get Rocket at either 1 or 2 if you're in the mid lane getting last hits, because it does increase your ability to get last hits. And there I rocketed slightly too early because I was worried about missing the last hit again. And unfortunately, the courier got stolen, which I was quite upset about. The Enigma, I think, ended up trying to go for a really fast soul ring. And they bought a soul ring and a Sage's Mask to take to the jungle. So they stole the courier to finish their soul ring sub 2 minutes, which is a huge mistake by the Enigma. Like, you should never, ever take the courier before the mid gets this bottle. Like, it's not acceptable unless you're waiting for like 100 gold or something. I don't know. You'd have to get it really, really fast for it to not be okay. But I was quite upset about that. So it really did delay my bottle by about 30 seconds or so. Maybe I would have been able to grab the rune, you know, something like that. So I've got the bottle now. I should be able to use this to heal back up to full, and most importantly, just I can possibly store runes and maybe get kills with it as well. So I'll bottle up a bit here. I've got a Thrall roaming around. I maybe should have checked the rune as well before I ended up going for bottling up there. My HP, or my mana is actually plenty high at the moment. So I was thinking about maybe going in there, but and then the new creep wave came at that point. Okay, so we just got a ward down, so now we can see runes. We weren't able to see runes before, otherwise I maybe would have checked, who knows. But I'm just going to continue last hitting. We can take a look at the CS. I'm slightly ahead, not by a huge amount, but by a slight amount. I kind of wanted to cog him in there because I knew the creeps weren't following me because I hadn't right-clicked the Death Prophet directly. But if I was able to actually cog her in solo, then I could have activated Battery Assault and maybe done some serious damage to her. Me killing her is maybe something that wouldn't have happened, but I would have at least been able to do a bunch of damage. So that would have been kind of nice. I focused a little bit too much on denying there. I should have gone for last hits. I'm not completely sure. It's not worth it to get a deny over a last hit, in my opinion. It's better to try to get both. I mean, that should be self-explanatory, but when I obviously traded like that, I could have gone for a last hit instead. I don't know. Really annoys me when the creeps stop attacking the hero like that, because she right-clicked me. So because the creeps stopped attacking that creep, I wasn't able to wait for the last hit as well. So that was pretty frustrating. She actually did start reading me quite well this game. She's doing quite a nice job. Unfortunately for me, I actually have no regen, but I was able to check bot and realize that the rune is top, and I just got my boots. This means I can pick up my haste. I'm a little worried about that creep following me because that means that she's going to be able to see where I'm going. And I would love to use the haste aggressively, so I popped the haste here as well as the bottle. I kind of wanted to see if I could make something happen, but it just didn't seem like anything was going to work out. So unfortunately for me, it didn't really look that good. And she very wisely is going to stand by the creep wave. She also nuked my creep wave, which meant that if I tried to trade with her, then she would have a full creep wave, and I would be trying to cog or battery assault with a whole creep wave. So the Death Prophet actually played that very, very well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Otherwise, I maybe would have been able to get a kill attempt or something. But if she keeps clearing out the creep wave, then she has a big creep wave and I don't. And I still don't have a Stout Shield, so that means that any trades that are made are not going to be very advantageous for me. So I am level 6 here, so I was thinking about hookshotting, like right here. I could have maybe hookshotted. My HP is a little low, so it's a little scary to do that though. So I wasn't completely sure if I wanted to do it, but I think looking at the replay now, I could have hooked there and possibly gone for a kill. And in terms of my mana, I have just enough. I have enough mana for a full combo, basically. Once you hit 6, you have just enough for a full combo. This is 150 for hook, it's 50 for cogs, which is 200, and then you need another 75, so a total of 275 mana to do a full combo, plus a rocket is another 50. So I basically need all of my mana just to do a full combo. When you're in a 1v1 situation like this, by the way, you almost always want to max out Battery Assault first, and that's basically because Battery Assault is by far your biggest damage dealer. This guy was really standing still here. I was really worried about hooking the creep. But he stood still for so long, so I was finally able to Battery Assault, and he's going to ulti as well. And luckily for me, my Battery Assault largely hit just the Death Prophet, and her ulti was completely wasted, so that was really good for me. He was really stupid to stand still for that long, though. I mean, it's a clockwork, for God's sake. I'm going to be looking for hook shots. He saw me salving up as well. So anyways, burn my whole mana pool. I'm going to be able to grab the Invis rune and possibly gank the bot lane. I just checked to see Luna's level. She's only level 5, which means that I have a chance of being able to kill her. Unfortunately for me, I would have liked to have been able to use more of my bottle charges here because my mana is a bit low, but Just going to go look for some heroes here and see if I can initiate. I know they were going after the Brood. Now, my big mistake was that, of course, they have sentries in the lane, so I'm going to walk close to the Rubik here, and I was going to possibly pin him, and then I realized that the Luna did end up sapping 6 in that meantime, so I lost out pretty bad there. But that was just horrible decision making by me. Is that, first of all, I knew they were probably going to have sentries because the Brood Mother was there, so I should have anticipated that. And number 2, I should have checked the scoreboard to see what level Luna was. And as soon as I realized Luna was 6, there was no possible way that I would have gotten a kill. Simply wouldn't have been able to get a kill. Because she was just going to eclipse me. No matter what happened, she would eclipse me and things would be bad. So I'm going to swing back to the mid lane. Luckily, I still do have a pretty big level advantage despite this. Getting a solo kill on the Death Prophet helped out a lot. And I've got Hookshot again, so if the Death Prophet comes back, I could possibly kill her. This may be why she went to the small camp in the meantime. Not completely sure. I could look for a hook. If I hook her right here, she'll die. So I'm just going to start the battery assault. Luckily, the creep was not in the hole with me. And I was able to get the kill. That was actually really, really close. Well played by him, but it ended up with me getting the kill. I was able to initiate with battery assault, so I didn't have to worry about unreliability of hook. And then once I got inside the cogs, the Death Prophet ulti ended up doing a lot of damage to me, and I was forced to use hookshot at melee range to get the burst in. But that was very, very close. If I didn't have if I didn't have a wand there, I might have just lost. For example, I might have just died. So I can grab the regen now and swing towards the top lane. A lot of those heroes are really low, and I'm going to pop the regen immediately because my HP is a little bit low. I really wish that I had hook here, but I don't. Instead, I'm going to have to walk in. So I'm going to start a rocket to slow down slow the HP a bit. I won't be able to kill the bottom because he will be going invis soon, but I didn't know exactly where they were, but I was going to put a cogs down just to separate them a bit. Alright, now I'm in a bit of a weird spot. Now we want to go after the Disruptor. I kind of wanted to go after that guy, but then I decided against it. If I would have cogged a bit earlier, I maybe could have attempted it, but I hesitated a lot. And now I wanted to go on the Death Prophet. Alright, I will cog him in. The rocket actually does help out a lot in burst damage. I didn't have battery assault there, so I had to rely on my allies a little bit to set up that kill, but we ended up getting 2 out of it. The Mirana ended up surviving, but it worked out okay for us. I don't know what level our Slaughter is, level 8. His sprint is a pretty low level, which I think is a skill build mistake. When you're playing Slaughter, I really like maxing out sprint second. If his sprint was a higher level, I think he might have been able to get in a position and score a kill. And here, there's a whole lot of creeps that are really low, or at least the Eidolons that have potential to nuke, so I'm going to play a little aggressive here and try to get last hits on them. They're taking quite a bit of the damage, but I'm happy to grab some more gold. It was quite a bit of gold, honestly. I got probably 200 or 300 out of that. Pawn seen a Death Prophet, now I need to run for my life. So I definitely need to go back and heal, or snag a rune. But I don't think I'll be able to do anything with the DD. Obviously, I wanted to make sure that there weren't any supports coming to the rune just there, which is why I threw the rocket there. But I'll grab the DD, and then I need to go back to base, and then start ganking. I'm just going to TP now, just in case I was getting chased, because it looked like the Death Prophet was coming after me. And I'm going to buy phase boots. And when I play offlane Clockwork, I almost always go treads. Almost always. And that's because you need more mana, because you're not going to get a bottle, most likely. Sometimes you do, but you won't always have a bottle. You need mana. You need HP survivability. Man, I really wish that I could have TP'd to the top lane here, but I maybe should have just walked back. Anyways, I buy Dust because the bottom had been frustrating, and I wanted to make sure that in case I initiated one of them, that I could score the kill. But you grab the phase boots because positioning is so much more important when you're playing mid. You don't need HP as much because your level should be higher since you weren't in the offlane, so you can get away with a really greedy movement speed build. I'm going to check my hook range here, and he's actually going to walk right into me, so I was pretty happy about this. This means that I'm going to be able to get a kill without actually needing to pop my double damage or hook shot. So that was really convenient for me that he ended up being walking into a greedy area. And I'm going to pop my DD now. Be looking to snag a bottom. Now, normally a Potom should be able to leap away from that death. I've got phase boots as well, so I should be able to chase this. I was about to press battery assault just now. Just gotta sneak on past. Alright, and I got another kill, so really good roam to start off the game. I don't have very many CS, but Clockwork isn't really about farming. He's more about just making kills happen on the map because of his skill set. So, again, if you go mid, you definitely want to max out Battery or Rocket Flare second, just because the cooldown gets a moderately lower, and the extra 200 magic damage can actually make a huge difference. The Broodmother fed spiders a lot this game, I noticed. And since I'm snowballing quite hard, I want to get an item that helps me snowball even harder, and that's going to be an Egg Scepter. Egg Scepter helps a lot as a Clockwork. Just gets your cooldown really, really low. Puts you down to like a 12-second cooldown for your ulti. Yeah, 12-second instead of 70, 55, or 40. So when you get a really low hookshot cooldown, you can gank with it multiple times. And I'm going to be able to grab the Death Prophet again. She ended up popping her ulti, and that was a complete waste because she had no way of killing me now. Like, way too far ahead now for her to be able to catch up by popping her ulti like that. Appears like we actually had a lot better wards in them this game, is one thing. Really wanted to chase this one, kind of. Maybe I should have. I think he assumed that we warded the high ground, but turns out we did not. Again, I was about to battery assault. And now we should run away. Do we have a hookshot semi soon? I kind of wanted to fight the Luna because she does not have BKB yet. So I figured there was a pretty okay chance of us being able to kill her. There's the items, if you guys are curious. She just had a Treads and a Helm with the Dominator, so if I do catch her solo, she's very dead. I didn't know the Mirana was up there, by the way, in case you guys were wondering. Got a hookshot now. I was considering going in on that, but that would not have been good.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Unfortunately for me, I tried to be really greedy there. You should have gone.
Unstoppable. Death in a cave.
So that fight went really badly for us. So my greed was that I tried to not cogs him. I thought he was going to die really fast, so I said, I don't need to cogs. I'll save cogs. But I should have just cogsed him because it just allowed him to run a lot farther. I missed my rocket here as well, which is too bad. But I just wasted so much time, and it possibly got the Slardar and other people killed as well. So that was just really unfortunate and bad play by me. Luckily for me, the Rubik's running over here, and then I realized they probably had a ward or something. Actually, I have no idea how they can see me right now. I think they just happened to be going there or something, but I thought I was going to get a free kill on a Rubik, so that's why I stayed. Oh, there's the ward, okay. So I guess their ward on the high ground over there maybe spotted me going there. I'm not quite sure, but I don't think that's a very good ward, personally. I talked about this on Skype with the people I was playing with, but it did get us a kill or two, but I don't know. It doesn't check our rune, which is a little weird. It's kind of like it's like a third tier ward in that area. The first one is, the best ward in that area is this one, although it is sometimes dewarded. The second best is this one, and this would arguably be the third best. So there's kind of better wards, but it did get us some kills. But I assumed that they had a ward over there, and that's why I died. But it looked like they just saw me go up the hill here, and they're anticipating me being in this area, which is why they closed in with both the Potom and the Rubik. So that's probably why I died. So now that I was alive, I wanted to try to get a kill top. Again, using phase to position myself a bit better. All I gotta do is land a hook, and that's gonna be a dead hero.
Allies disappear.
And it's up.
I did have a dust here, but luckily we also had the amp damage, so it looks pretty dead.
Another put down.
You're stealing your eyes. Homing in.
I think I played that a little too scared. I kind of waited for all my bottle to go through. I also wasn't expecting the Rubik to show up, so I messed that up quite a bit, honestly. Instead of cogging, I should have just gone into melee range to right click. If I would have done that, then I would have guaranteed a lot more damage. But instead, I dropped the cogs because I wanted to burn his mana and do damage to him that way. And then I ran away because my HP was so low. And what I should have just done, as soon as the black hole started, I just should have started bottling. Because I waited to bottle until, like, I played it, like, way too safe, basically. I waited to bottle until I felt comfortable, which was, like, when I was safely away from the guy. But I should have just broken the cogs, or even cogged him and broken cogs and walked towards the bottom and started battery assaults or something. While bottling the whole time. I mean, I can get 2 full bottle charges off during the black hole duration, which is, like, 270 HP or something. So I would have been fairly survivable by the time the black hole ended. I don't know. I just played it way too safe. Way too safe. Our broodmother just has treads and a soul ring for some reason. I think he should have a lot more than that if he's gotten a tower bot. I'm not really sure how his early game went. Looks like he actually does have a lot of CS. He has 49 CS, but I don't know how many times he's died. Maybe he's died a lot. He has died 1 time, that's it. No kills. So that's probably why he's not a bit higher than I would expect. I do, however, want to go kind of kill the Luna, because she's one of the heroes that hasn't been dying very much if we take a look at KDA. KDA. Alright, so Luna's gotten 2 kills, she hasn't died. Potom has 8 kills and 1 death. And so those are the 2 heroes that I really want to gank. I've been ganking like everybody else, like all those support heroes are really easy, but those heroes I haven't been focusing on enough. Her GPM is actually a bit lower than mine anyways, but I was really surprised how few items she had. Like, barely got that hook shot in my opinion. I just wanted the spider to be there just in case the eclipse came down, because that would have been able to save me. And again, I'm going to bottle up. I don't really need to be in this lane anymore though, since I don't have hook shot. It's unlikely that I'll be able to help. We are going to be able to get a tower though, so that's pretty cool.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And now I'm a mere, what, 1,000 gold away from eggs. Wow, they actually had a rune, or a ward, sorry. They had a ward over here. I'm surprised the Luna really didn't react to my positioning very, very quickly. And now they're pushing top, so I'll just go top. Don't really have a chance to kill that guy, but let's see what he's got. He just has a Yasha and a Treads and a Ring of Aquila. Does he have a lot more farm or something? I don't know, I really felt like his items were not very good. Yeah, his current gold is pretty low. And his net worth is about the same as mine. I guess he did have about as much stuff as me. I felt like his items were not very much though, considering how many kills that he had. So I felt a little confused about this. That is a bottom ult, which somebody noticed, so I was going to run away. Not sure why they bottom ulted. Ooh. Oh yeah, they went to our jungle. Whenever a hero like Potom is disabled, you always want to get closer. It's a really nice black ball. That was a really nice black hole. They tried to do a 3-man gank, but it was way too close to our base, and we killed the Potom, and then the black hole sealed the deal for the other 2 while my battery cell was on, so it was really good.
Rock it on!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Rubik is actually pretty okay against Brood, in my opinion. Because when you lift him and drop him down, the trees break, so... Don't use Midnight Pulse on creeps like that though, guys. It does such little damage. It's a percentage-based nuke, so that means that high HP creeps... Well, like, sorry, they're low HP, technically. Creeps have low HP, which means that they lose less HP based on a percentage. It's like a very low amount. So, anyways, I have my Ags finished. This means I can ulti every 12 seconds, so I can continue staying on the map and getting a lot of kills, like I've been doing. I also picked up a chainmail. The reason I grabbed a chainmail is because I was anticipating getting a blade mail immediately afterwards, because it's very good against Luna, basically. When you're playing against a Luna, if she ever eclipses you when you're Clockwork, it just kills you. And there's a couple of heroes that can do that against Clockwork who just kill him no matter if they're trapped in. That's like Ursa, or Luna, or maybe like Leshrac or something. There's not very many heroes that can do that, but the ones that can are very, very dangerous, and you have to make sure that you're careful when you end up trying to initiate on them. So my net worth is currently the highest based on ganking. Again, I still have barely farmed at all. I would like to secure a kill on the Mirana, but it's not going to be easy at all. Game is fairly spread though in terms of farm. We're doing okay. Our carry is doing really rough though. The Slardar is very far behind, so he does not have very much.
Dire's middle tower
I really was
is under
considering
attack.
going on this Luna here. I believe she still doesn't have BKB. Yeah, she does not. She's close though.
In your face.
And this is why I went in on her. I was a little... I thought maybe she would pop the Eclipse. This is really unfortunate.
Is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So I got crapped on there.
Dire's middle tower
Really bad.
has fallen.
You know what, I should... TPing wouldn't have gotten me out either, actually. He could have just glimpsed me back.
Radiant
But,
structures are fortified.
I was pretty much dead. The reason I went on the Luna is because I wanted to make sure that she had some kills on the board, something that hadn't been happening, I think. She's died twice now. I killed her once bottom and I just killed her at the Ancients. It's kind of okay for me to kill her there, but it's not really creating space for our carries either, because our Slardar is still so far behind, so I don't really think it was worth it for me to die like that. So our Broodmother decided to go for a Radiance. I really don't like that build at all. I don't recommend it. I don't think it's good. If you really want to go something kind of weird, go for a Dagon build. Like, you can already push hard enough. You don't need the Radiance to be able to do it harder. You might as well get a Dagon, or you can get a Orchid, or you can get a BKB. And more important than just having the AoE magic damage on Brood is being able to kill anybody that comes to counter push you. That's the most important thing. So, I'm still dead here, but I should be able to get to the fight soon. I told my Slar to get Blink first, by the way, I believe. They still have so many heroes. I think they might have a BKB now. Nope, Luna still does not have it.
Boom! There it goes.
I was heavily considering hooking this. If she would have stayed, I would have gone. But she did not. We just really don't have that much farm, honestly, is the problem. Almost got the black ball on the good hero. And very wisely, I'm going to get Glimpse back as soon as I get hookshotted. And this is one of the really annoying things you have to deal with as a Clockwork versus a Potom.
I hear the deep ones call.
Considering going in here, they still again have so many heroes. It's very dangerous for me to consider going in. So instead, I've said, okay, whatever. I probably can't fight 3, so I'm going to go try to help out against Luna. I'm just checking the range here.
Well done.
And my ulti does 300 damage now, which is pretty good stuff. And the range is huge, as you guys could see, and we're able to kill Luna again. And she burned Eclipse as well, so that was really, really easy. So despite losing a big team fight in the mid lane, it still went pretty okay. If that black hole would have caught the Disruptor in a 3-man hole, it would have been way different. We definitely would have rocked that fight. Because I probably would have been able to kill at least one person before that broke.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So, it was a little too bad.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So if we check out net worths again, I'm still on the top, but Luna is creeping up there. I've got Blade Mail finished now, I've got a TP scroll. And this means I have a lot more options against a couple different heroes. I maybe should have gone different items this game, I'm not completely sure. If I would have gone Blade Mail first, maybe I would have been stronger, like I could have solo killed. I don't know. They have actually pretty darn good heroes against Clockwork. Rubik is very good. Disruptor is very good, and Mirana is good. Luna doesn't have the best choice until Luna hits BKB, but other than that, it's not horrible. And they're actually ganking again. They end up ganking our Slardar. He's having a rough game, unfortunately. Yeah, the Disruptor just has to glimpse me as soon as I hook in. Luckily for me, I have an Axe, so it's not that big of a loss, but on the bright side, I can do stuff like this. I can cog him in, and by cogging him in, I force him to force Steph, essentially. Luckily, the power shot got him, so everything might be okay after all. And my Blade Mail gets turned on. And able to clean up the Mirana as well. Just wait for the cooldown and wait till you know she's going to get stunned for sure, and then you can throw the hook shot and get a kill. My battery cell was maybe wasted there, but... yeah, he can pretty easily just lift me, and again I'm going to Blade Mail. Force him to trade with me.
Not the strongest enemy I've grappled with.
I was quite scared that this guy had a BKB here.
Bottom tower.
The Death Prophet did a really good job putting silences down.
That was can't laugh.
Aghanims is so fun. It's just like, you just don't stop. You just keep fighting. I thought we were maybe going to turn on the Death Prophet, but my team
Do
left
it
me.
with
So
flair.
it's time to leave. So I go
Radiant's
check
top
for a rune.
tower
It's going to
is
be a
under
haste.
attack.
My HP is fairly low here as a total of percentage, but it's still very high actually. 800 is a lot more than some of their support heroes have, I believe. And I don't really want to waste my haste here, but we were calling to do a Roshan while we still have a lot of enemy heroes on cooldown, which I think is a good choice. Just simple right clicks, we should get him down pretty fast. My damage is actually really high right now. Hit for 120 plus 46. It's ridiculous. I wanted to pick up the Aegis though, because I anticipated being the most aggressive hero. This is maybe the wrong choice. Our net worth is really good right now actually, I just noticed. Our Brood is ahead, as is our Enigma.
Allies disappear.
Maybe it was too aggressive to go Aegis here, because maybe Slardar should be using it. Slardar's been having a lot of trouble farming. I think he still doesn't have his BKB at this point. He does have his Blink, but he's just got a Treads Ogre Club. His GPM is very, very low, I think. His net worth is second from the bottom. It's really, really far down. I think it's a mix of a couple different things, some of which are people not giving him that much farm or space to farm. We've been kind of farming. Like Brood is always pushing one lane, for example, and then from there there's only two other lanes. Seemed like Windrunner was stealing his CS out of the time, so I'm not completely sure. I thought there might be a fight here, so I popped my haste rune to try to get close. Looking for the range. I was considering going in on this. I realize they have a lot of heroes here. They actually 5-manned a lot this game. Very wisely, because if they did actually spread out, I would just be solo killing them constantly. Again, considering hookshotting somebody. My haste is now out, unfortunately. And now the BKB is finished on Luna, so I'm going to have to adjust my play here. This basically means that if I end up getting him solo, I can't just blade mill. Oh, I thought that guy was going to keep running. It was like one of the few hooks that I missed this game, I think. We could actually see him, by the way. Alright, other than that hook, one of the few hooks. That one was so funny. Get out! Get out, guys!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Denied.
Radiant's top tower.
In the meantime, Broodmother's split pushing. Got us a tower. And now we don't really need to pressure mid that hard. Well, they still have a tower there, but if we just kind of hang out in their jungle and farm their jungle, we should be able to get a farm advantage. My team very often was confused about what to do, as you guys can tell by their movements. They don't know whether to farm or do what to do, and they're just standing there. And really, they should have been farming for about 10 seconds. Like, little things like that make a huge difference. Like, four of my team members, including my Brood, we literally did nothing for 15 seconds there. And that could have been at least one jungle camp, which is a difference of 100 to 150 gold. It really, really does add up. That could have been our carries farming, etc. They are using a pot of multi right now, by the way, if you guys haven't figured that out. That's another thing that we had a big lacking of this game, was that we almost never had detection. I think we ended up picking up a gem later in the game, but at least in the early game we had a lot of trouble with that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They definitely appear to be committing to a mid push.
Yes.
We're gonna lose a Windrunner here.
The mark.
Dire's middle
Kind
tower
of thinking
is
and
under
looking for an
attack.
opportunity, but it doesn't look very good.
Dire's middle tower.
Just wanted to see if they were retreating. At this point I kind of have to go in, or they will kill our Slar. Pop my BKB. I got my Blade Mail off as well, so I did reflect the arrow damage. I was very lucky that stun didn't hit me. nice lift combo by them.
Players here. How's it going?
Just wanted to guarantee the stun here. Be really careful though. Unfortunately, they brought an entire creep wave in. That was a big mistake by them. Well, it wasn't like a huge mistake, but that was a mistake by my allies, in my opinion. Like, for example, something you can do as you're approaching, if you're worried about the creep wave coming, just spawn Eidolons on one of the creeps, and then the creep waves, the creep wave will just congregate to the Eidolons. But when you bring an entire creep wave into a clockwork, then I can't battery assault anymore, right? I lose all my single target damage, or at least a lot of it, so it really limited my choices there. Bringing the creep wave is just not the right choice.
Regeneration.
So they're still pushing. This means we might be able to do the bot tower.
Take us.
Man, Potom ultied so much this game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures
I'm actually standing next to the
are
bottom right now.
fortified.
If you guys noticed. Looking for opportunities. Missed a little bit, but
Dire's bottom
Pop
tower
the BKB.
has fallen.
I saw the arrow, so I knew that the Potom was here.
Dire's top tower
Could
is
maybe
under
go for the
attack.
Potom, but I figured it's more important to come down here.
And it's off.
I did have
Dire's
vision
top
of him.
tower
It
is
didn't look
under
like I did,
attack.
but there was amp damage on him.
Your trap. Boom! There it goes.
Alright, and in the meantime, the Luna took a tower, so... Looks like Potom ended up getting away. I don't know what Brood's been doing this whole time, but I feel like he hasn't accomplished very much. Probably just ran around a lot.
And it's off.
Feel that shot.
And I kind of decided that I needed to make a BKB. I thought that would be important. Oh, he TP'd very fast. Yeah, I would have missed that. Maybe.
Under attack.
I could have thrown the hook, but I wasn't quite sure that I wanted to. Then we saw Luna over here, which is pretty... She does have a BKB, though, so we gotta be careful. Luckily, we brought spiders. My blade mail actually does nothing here, by the way. And right when I was a little scared about dying, I decided to throw the hook, because that's a reliable stun. It'll go through BKB. It doesn't do damage, but it stuns her. And that should give me a couple more clicks in. So it's a 2-second duration stun. So, and completely worth using, because the cooldown is so slow, or so low. So, worked out.
Haste.
Stretch. Okay, so my items are absolutely sick now. I basically can reflect any physical damage that people do to me. I can go magic immune, so things like Disruptor ulti won't kill me. If I hookshot into Disruptor, he can't just glimpse me anymore, because I can pop BKB, and then I won't get sent back. I maybe should have gone BKB before Blade Mail, because I really feel like Blade Mail didn't accomplish very much this game, but
Out of my
let's see if I can do anything with this. My cogs actually ended up being really unfortunate there. So that's why my team ditched me so hard. Because my cogs were in the way. I didn't really realize at the time. I was like, why didn't my team cover me? It's like, that was weird. This is a weird fight, but and I'm gonna end up dying here. I felt so ditched that fight. I was so confused. I was like, why did I get so ditched? What happened? And our Enigma's gonna feed.
Yes.
This is the part where Radiance Broodmother does nothing. Literally nothing. What does it do? He's not even a fast hero. Can't even chase. Like, Brood is so bad at team fighting. Got the slow at least. So, that was really unfortunate. My cogs just completely dicked my whole team and I shouldn't have used them. That was a mistake. Or I should have broken a hole with them.
Beneath a tree.
That was nicely done
Your hopes.
by the Potom. We did get the gem back though, at least. So we got the gem. Everybody buying a Manta. Yeah, I really hate Rad Brood. It's so bad. It doesn't accomplish anything. Like, such little. Accomplishes so little. It pushes creeps that you can kill super fast anyways. It doesn't kill buildings faster. Gives you 60 damage, which is okay, but I mean, what you really need is a way to kill buildings rapidly, or to kill the heroes that come. And Rad is not a good way to do that. It's so expensive for what it does. You'd be better off getting a Basher or something, honestly. And I think Basher is terrible on Brood. Dagon or Orchid is honestly the way to go. I think this is maybe one of the problems that we had this game, because technically Brood should still be able to threaten Arax. But the problem is that if any hero shows up, he can't kill him. He can't kill Potom. It's not possible. He's very unlikely to be able to kill Rubik. He's very unlikely to be able to kill the Disruptor, right? He can't disable them. He can't do. He can't stop them from disabling him. It's like you're basically just limited to taking the nukes that they have. And if all you have is a Radiance, you're going to do some damage to them, but you're not even going to get close to being able to kill them. So it's really important for Brood that you do have an ability to stop people from stopping your push. And with the Radiance, you can't do that. Just wanted some vision here, see how many people we were working with and whether or not they'd ultied. Saw Potom was still visible, so they actually did do a lot of death pushes. Unfortunately, our creep was never, not that often, in a position where Brood was always completely ready to threaten a car push.
Incoming!
And I think they're going to go for our tier 2 next, I believe. So let's see the hero that goes back to defend. It looks like it's a Luna. Luna can kill spiders really easily. They have so many good spider heroes, honestly. Like, almost every single one of their heroes counters Broodmother. They all have AoE. They all have some kind of a send back. I'm looking for a hookshot here. That was a blind one. They were quite past that point, though. I figured there was a low chance of me hitting that, but I thought I'd throw it, so. I maybe should have shot a rocket first, who knows. That's a BKB on Luna. So that means we should be able to push and or fight.
Invisibility.
I think we have the gem on the Windrunner. Yeah, we do. So I told the Windrunner to come to us.
Vanish.
Oh, there's heroes here. It's like, oh, hey, heroes. Was able to land the little hook. He actually cogged me in there with him, which is kind of funny. Might as well turn on my blade mail here, because the spirits are going to hit me no matter what, so. We weren't quite sure where the spirits were. Like, sometimes they look like they're running weird directions.
Do it with flair.
But I was basically just reading the spirits and guessing where they were. And I ended up getting a blind hook. That one was completely blind. And also, he doesn't have his ulti, so pretty good chance of killing him. He ends up suiciding because he knew he was going to die. So, but we got the kill. I'm happy with that. It's a couple less bloodstone charges in the game. Now, one of the problems with me and how well I'm doing this game is that our farmers are not really farming nearly as much as we need them to. For example, I think our Slar has maybe a BKB. Not even. He still doesn't have his Black King bar finished. So we don't really have a carry this game, is the problem. We have a Brood who went Radiance and a Manta, but he's really just kind of split pushing. He's not really spending that much time farming. Maybe if he spent more time in jungles and things like that, we'd be sitting in a better spot. But eventually I'm going to peak off, and I'm getting awfully close. Like, there's not a whole lot of time left in the game where Clockwork ends up being useful, so this kind of hurts us a lot. Man, I do so much damage right now with the DD. I almost should have just gotten an AC or something, honestly. If I would have gotten an AC, I would have a ton more armor, and I would have right-clicked pretty seriously. Downside is that, obviously,
Boom, there it goes.
not likely to right-click a carry very often. I think I should have gone AC. Really do. I didn't go AC, though. I just have so much right-click. Phase, and we'll see how much damage I have when the double damage runs out. It's still really good damage for like 210. That's really good. Yeah, I should have got an AC. I think what I ended up building was the Shivas instead. I thought like, okay, Clockwork doesn't need right-click damage. I need utility and tankiness, and I decided to buy a Shivas. I'm a bit away from it, but I do accomplish it. The reason Shivas is really nice because it gives me 15 armor. It reduces all my opponent's attack speed by 40, which is huge, and it gives me an AoE nuke as well, which slows, so I can chase a bit better. Again, the Bottoms can use an ulti to try to set up a kill. See if they get anything out of it. Somebody should have looked at the Luna and checked to see that she was invisible, though. I don't know if we lose anybody, but it looks like maybe the Slardar will die. Okay, they actually went for a bot for the Roshan. They thought maybe we were Roshaning.
Homing in.
So I bought a plate mail to increase my armor some more. Their Mirana, by the way, he grabbed an AC, which means that
Rock it on.
his minus armor is going to be existent.
Players here.
At this point in the game, we need to go try to get some picks and things like that, so that we can push. The Broodmother's drawing a lot of fire in the top lane, as you guys can see. There's a lot of heroes going for him, so
And it's
just
up.
checking to see if there's any supports behind the bottom, and a nice stun there, which means I just kind of have to follow him and see where he leaps, and then I can hook shot.
How's it going?
We die.
Bottom's really not that hard to kill after she leaps. She's very simple, actually. So I just had to make sure that she leapt, and then I hook shot immediately afterwards and get the kill. So we should push off of this. We have 80 seconds. We should be able to take at least a tower or a Rax off of this. Bought my Shiva's recipe.
Players here.
Got a sheep on Enigma next. I think Enigma should almost always go mech, though, I dare say. Mech is just so useful. Like, sheep is really good, but it takes so long to farm it that I think a mech would have been better off on Enigma. Because I don't think we had a mech this whole game, actually. If you look at our team's items. We have a lot of really good items, but we don't have a mech. Even the Windrunner's a bit underfarmed at this point. But they are all plane support, so you never know. Okay. Now we just kind of need to go high ground. But unfortunately, they had super good counter push. They have a Death Prophet, they have a Rubik, and even the Disruptor is pretty tough to deal with. It's like so much counter push that, like, there we go. Our push is done. This is something that was really frustrating to play against. Like, the only way we can maybe break this is if I hook shot onto somebody on the high ground, and then the rest of the team is able to catch up and hit high ground because of it. But it's very difficult to be able to do that. Like, I'd have to have vision, or I'd have to get a good hook off based on rocket scouting. And even then, like, their heroes actually do a lot of damage that if I end up getting in a slightly bad situation, I could very easily die rapidly. So I was not quite willing to do that. We should be able to take Roshan at this point, though, since they are pretty far in the base.
Double damage.
Yeah, it looks like they are running to us. But we basically have to kill Roshan immediately before the fight starts. And I shoot the rocket, and I see how close they are, and I basically said, okay, we gotta fight.
In your face.
Decided to initiate on the bottom. It's actually a great glimpse. I'm not really sure what's happening in the rest of the fight, but just keeping this guy segmented is actually not bad in my opinion.
And it's off.
Again, the Windrunner is the one that has the gem, so. Alright, so we got the Mirana. Good start, and then we find a Death Prophet. End up blade mailing this one. Doesn't look good though. Yeah, I'm
Radiant's
gonna end
top
up
tower is under attack.
not dying.
Radiant structures
I tried to
are
hook shot the
fortified.
Windrunner there, but she forced staffed me. I really thought I was dead. I thought I was 100% dead. If I didn't have all that armor, there's no way I would have survived that. On the bright side, I did reflect some decent damage to the Death Prophet, and now I've got a Shiva's finished, so I get an extra 5 armor out of this, and it reduces the attack speed of my opponents. It reduces the damage that the spirits do to me, by the way, but it doesn't reduce their attack speed. I believe they're independent of modifiers like that. Alright, BKB is finished on Slardar. Again, they're dedicating 5 people to try to kill the
Rock
Brood
it
Mother,
on.
which is very weird. It's like the biggest web network ever. I think that guy honestly spent too much time hiding and not enough time actually like last hitting or farming. Is one mistake that he maybe made. He also seemed to be very low HP a lot, and like if you're ever low, what you should do as a Brood, you should just pop your ulti and heal off of the creeps, because the cooldown's very low on the Brood ult. If he just pops his ult and heals to full, like let's look at him really quick. Yeah, like he's got no HP. Just pop your ulti. It's 45-second cooldown. All right, there it is. He did it. Cool, beautiful. Okay, cool. So we're all good. So now he's got a full heal and he can continue being aggressive. But anyways, we're going to be able to take Roshan. I just bought 2 TPs. I'm going to sell them again and pick up the Aegis. Again, if the Slaughter had any good items, I would let him have this. But my net worth is like more than twice at what he has. So I just didn't feel comfortable letting him have it.
Do it with flair.
Man, it's so nice to have another AoE. So maybe I should have gotten an AC. I think I should have, since nobody else is really carrying. But I could have gone like AC Abyssal Blade or something. Would have been ridiculous, but kind of okay.
Homing in.
If you ever want to creep a little faster, you can use your hookshot on that. I mean, I'm almost level 25 for God's sake. What level am I compared to everybody else? Net worth of Luna is still the highest. I definitely have highest level. I've just been getting so many kills, like. So now we gotta try to push mid, and then we realized that they were pushing mid, and that I didn't have a TP, and like a couple other people actually didn't have a TP, so this is really bad for us. Brood died, by the way. I don't know how he died, but Brood was dead.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And I found a haste rune, because I'm super lucky.
Ace. Incoming.
I was really surprised to see that Luna came back. I think that was a big mistake by Luna. I figured that a lot of them were in the middle,
Dire's
so I just have
middle
to
tower has fallen.
find an opportunity, go right in on the Luna. Popping the blade mail here actually did very little. And I didn't really want to BKB just yet, because I knew I was going to be trying to kill the Luna. And I also had Aegis, so.
I keep my
Ate the
enemies
arrow.
close, and their corpses closer.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
And it's off.
I figured she was doing a leap TP like that. And again, I can blade mail to reflect a bunch of damage. Pretty easy kill.
You are so damn
Boom, there it goes.
Huh, I almost got her. I didn't know she was there until watching the replay. So that kind of went okay. Like, we were out of position, but we killed all their core heroes. I burned the Aegis, but I didn't actually die myself. It worked out pretty good. So at this point I said, okay, I don't want to get trapped in this situation anymore, so I'll sell my phase and I'll get my boots of travel. So this gives me basically 5 really, really useful clockwork items. Like, from here on out, this is like the most farm you'll ever see on a clockwork. You should really never even get to this. Like, most games, you'll most get like... You'll get like Aghanims and a Blade Mill or a BKB. Like one of those. Very rarely you'll also get a Shiva's. Maybe I should have gone for a Ghost Scepter this game. That wouldn't be too bad just because they have a lot of right clickers. If I'm ever in a really bad situation that I need to get out of, then I could try to escape. But we need to try to take Arax. We still haven't been able to take Arax yet. It's like we have really bad range damage. That's probably because we basically just have Windrunner and the Enigma. So I decided to snake the tower over here quick. I wanted to see if the backdoor regen was on.
Radiant's top tower
And
is
it was
under
not.
attack.
That was pretty cool. I got
Radiant's
Hexed out.
top tower has fallen.
I was very upset about that. It was like cool, but I know they didn't do it on purpose. So I told my team to leave. I said, leave me, leave me. And then they decided to fight. Our Dingba does not have Black Hole, by the way. So now we lost 3 instead of 2 or 1. Sorry, just 1. It's like one of the things that unpracticed players won't realize is that they need to. Oh, I think the arrow hit the Windrunner. That's how the Windrunner got caught. Okay.
Cold wind blows.
And they got our gem as well. So basically we lost 4 heroes instead of 1. Like, lower level players, alright, I maybe should have Black King barred after I finally got unarrowed, but
Not absolute
I don't know.
quite yet.
I wasn't. I don't know if I would have been able to survive because I'd used cogs already. I'm not so sure. Maybe if I had a force staff, if I had a force staff, I could have survived. But anyways, we lost to Rex because of that partially.
Has fallen.
It should have just been me dying, and I could have bought back, and then we would have been able to 5v5 instead of losing to Rex. All right, now I had to be KB. Doing a bunch of damage to this guy. Can't click on the cog. Alright, I'm just gonna go heal really quick and jump back into the fight. And we lost the second Rex.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Rock it on. How's it going?
Alright, I got sent back again. And a nice force staff on the Luna.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Come on, Blade Mill. Yeah, Blade Mill.
Blair's here.
Oh my god. Oh, he did die, okay. Well, I feel a little bit less bad now. But that was a lack of gem, by the way. He ended up surviving because we didn't have detection. It sucks so bad. If we had detection there, I would have killed the... I probably would have killed the Death Prophet, and then the spirits would have died, and the spirits were what were killing me. Which is why I committed so hard, because I knew that if I didn't kill that guy, that I was going to die from the spirits, so... But us not having detection there really messed things up. So basically we just lost... Maybe not the whole game. Like, I think there was a good chance that we were going to lose this game anyways.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But we just lost 2 racks because my team covered me. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for the tower. I think that's fairly reasonable assumption, but I got kind of unlucky how it happened. They basically threw me into an arrow accidentally for 5 seconds. And maybe should have just BKB'd. I don't know. I could have just taken the tower and BKB TP'd or something, or BKB'd and walked away. I don't know. I am not entirely sure. So now in my depression, I decided to stare at the ground for 40 seconds, which I hope you guys can understand why. Our Broodmother actually has a lot of farm. Holy crap. What else does he got now? He has a BKB, an AC, and a Manta. I don't really like those items very much personally. It's like a mix of a bunch of random crap that doesn't synergize. The reason they don't synergize, number one, Radiance does not give any stats to yourself, so it doesn't make your illusions stronger. So it doesn't synergize with Manta. The only way it synergizes is that the Manta illusions also have the Radiance. So hypothetically, you could Manta and split your illusions up and put them in the jungle in various camps and get kills. AC increases the attack damage from your Radiance because you are increasing the attack speed of your 60, but it doesn't increase the Radiance burn. There's no point really... I mean, I understand why he got the AC because he wanted to push the tower, but the synergy between all the items is really bad. Even grabbing the full Manta when you have the Radiance I think was a bit weird, personally. Anyways, we can talk about the fight. I got arrowed. We lost 2. That's an Eclipse. I got hexed. And things look pretty... That's basically our whole team. Except for Brood. Who, by the way, is about to get a Rax, finally. He finally did it, guys. And then he committed, I think. Got it.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Our Brood finally did it, guys. So, rather than spending 5,500 gold on a Radiance, he probably should have just gotten like a Dagon 4, and then he could basically kill any support hero that he wanted in the early game. Something like that. Or even not getting Dagon, he could have gotten like an Orchid, and then he could have solo killed any support hero. He really could have. He could have killed Death Prophet, he could have killed Rubik, he could have killed Disruptor. Even giving Luna some problems sometimes would be kind of nice. So, there's a lot of mistakes being made this game, unfortunately. I could have roamed better, arguably. I mean, despite me having a ridiculous amount of kills. If I went to died bottom, maybe I could have had a better mid game. Maybe that wouldn't have catapulted the carries as hard. Stuff like that. But, in case you guys didn't figure it out yet, we're going to lose. Which is very sad considering how well I played. Obviously, I did make some mistakes, but...
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
We really needed a carry as well. I think if the Brood was a better player, we could have won the game, and if our starter was a better player, we also could have won the game. I think our Enigma playing just the same and Windrunner just the same, we could have won if, as long as our starter got more farm, something like that would have been really useful. You know.
Radiant victory. You make a fine crater.
Just the 1,000-mile stare. 1,000-mile stare, excuse me. Aaron actually did get a lot of kills, 21, 8, and 13, so. She had a bunch of weird items too. Manta, AC, Monkey King Bar. Not a ton of synergy there. I think she would have been better off getting a butterfly, personally. Not that she really needed to worry about dying, but yes. Yep, we ended up losing. So that's a Clockwork game. What can you do? Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you later. Bye.